What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Khabib Nurmagomedov still hasn't unblocked Rampage Jackson on social media, and Rampage recently shared his thoughts on the situation. In an interview, he admitted that he probably would block himself too, explaining that he says some crazy stuff online. He added that Khabib is very religious, and he is probably not the type of person Khabib should be following or looking at, so he isn't upset about it. Rampage did say he found it a little weird since he never said anything negative about Khabib before being blocked. He also admitted that he isn't entirely sure why Khabib blocked him. When appearing on Matan's podcast last year, Rampage explained that Khabib blocked him on Instagram years ago, before they had even met. He guessed that it might be because of his outspoken personality or the way he speaks online. At one point, he remembered possibly mispronouncing Khabib's last name as Khabib, and he thinks that could be the reason behind the block. Despite the block, Rampage holds no hard feelings and takes it in stride. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to help support the channel. Moving on to another news, there is a positive update on Conor's long-awaited return, and it looks like he is finally taking his comeback seriously. After undergoing ibogaine treatment in Mexico back in November, Conor said he felt healed and back on the right path. Since then, he has been consistently training and sharing footage from his workouts and sparring sessions on social media, showing fans that he is fully committed to getting back into fight shape. Over the past few months, his dedication has been clear. He has been spending more time in the gym, focusing on conditioning, technique, and overall discipline. Many people close to him believe this is the most focused version of Conor we have seen in years. One of those people is PKFC President David Feldman, who has grown close to him since Conor became a part owner of the promotion. David recently appeared on the Boys in the Back podcast and shared strong praise for Conor's current mindset. He said this is the best version of Conor in the past few years, and that he is taking his preparation extremely seriously. According to David, Conor is training hard every single day, eating properly, taking care of his body, and living a more disciplined lifestyle. He even mentioned that Conor is going to church and doing everything he is supposed to do, which shows a major change from previous years. David went as far as saying this version of Conor is better than he was in his prime. He described him as more focused than ever before and said he has never seen him this locked in, whether on television or in person. In his view, this is a completely different Conor compared to the one fans have seen recently. When asked about the chances of Conor fighting on the White House card this summer, David sounded very confident. He acknowledged that Conor had mentioned some contract issues related to pay-per-view points. However, he believes the UFC wants Conor to fight and will make it work. According to him, it makes perfect sense for Conor to compete on that stage, and his confidence level is around 99%. Moving on to another news, Kamaru Usman has spoken out about the difficult situation surrounding Shavkat Rakhmonov and his ongoing injury struggles. Over the past year, we have been closely covering everything that has been happening with Shavkat, and it has been a frustrating and painful journey for both him and his fans. It all began with his first knee surgery in 2025, which forced him to sit out for the entire year and put his momentum on hold. At the time, many believed he would make a strong return in early 2026. However, as recently reported, that plan has now been delayed even further. After undergoing a second knee surgery, Shavkat is expected to miss another 9 to 10 months. If everything goes perfectly from this point forward, the earliest we may see him compete again is late 2026. That is a long time away, especially for a fighter who was once seen as a future champion. Following the news of this second surgery, Kamaru Usman shared his honest thoughts. As someone who understands knee injuries very well, Kamaru expressed sympathy for Shavkat and the tough position he is in. He said that some things are simply out of a fighter's control, and all anyone wants is to stay healthy, compete, and provide for their family. Unfortunately, repeated injuries have made that extremely difficult for Shavkat. Kamaru then suggested that it may be time for a serious change. He explained that if Shavkat truly wants to continue his MMA career, he should consider finding a new training camp. According to Kamaru, protecting the body has to be the top priority until retirement. Only then can a fighter return home and live life on their own terms. He added that if Shavkat still has dreams of becoming a champion and achieving great things, a change might be necessary. With this being the second or possibly third surgery on the same knee, Kamaru believes it is time to reevaluate everything. He ended by saying he genuinely feels bad and sorry for Shavkat, hoping he can recover and find the right path forward. Moving on to another news, Jorge Masvidal has reacted to his recent injury and shared his thoughts on who deserves the next title shot now that Shavkat is officially out. Speaking honestly, Jorge said the news of Shavkat being re-injured and needing another knee surgery is heartbreaking. He called it a travesty and said it truly hurts to see such a talented fighter sidelined again. According to him, Shavkat is one of the top contenders at 170 pounds, and it is frustrating to watch injuries slow him down. Jorge explained that injuries are sometimes part of the sport, but this situation is especially tough. With Shavkat now expected to return in late 2026 or possibly early 2027, it is disappointing for everyone who enjoys watching his aggressive and well-rounded style. He added that Shavkat is one of his favorite fighters to watch because of his constant pressure and exciting approach. With Shavkat ruled out, Jorge believes Kamaru Usman could be next in line to challenge for the title. He also mentioned Michael Morales as a strong candidate and said he might even deserve the opportunity slightly more than Carlos Prates. Still, Jorge made it clear he would not mind seeing Carlos Prates get a shot either. He finished by saying that any fight involving Islam Makhachev is something he will always tune in to watch. Moving on to another news. Daniel Cormier has once again shown respect to Jon Jones, even after their long rivalry recently flared up during filming of the Russian version of The Ultimate Fighter in Thailand. After the show, Jon criticized DC and questioned his character, bringing old tensions back into the spotlight. Despite that, Daniel has chosen to focus on Jon's greatness rather than personal issues. In a recent appearance on the Nightcap show, Daniel openly praised Jon and called him the greatest fighter at his peak. He said that when Jon is at his absolute best, there is nobody in UFC history who can compare to him. According to Daniel, not Georges St. Pierre, not Anderson Silva, and not Demetrius Johnson were better than Jon at his highest level. Daniel explained that people often think he hates on Jon because of their past, but that is not true. He reminded everyone that he has always been honest about Jon's ability. He said that when Jon beat him the second time, Jon was so good that he truly believes nobody in the world could have beaten him at that moment. He also pointed out Jon's physical advantages, including his height, long reach, strong knees, and dangerous elbows. Daniel recalled conversations they had about boxing and fighting styles, explaining that Jon used kicks and knees to control him. He believes this versatility is something many fans underestimate. In the end, Daniel made it clear that regardless of their history, Jon Jones at his best is a level above everyone else. Moving on to another news. Lerone Murphy has broken down his upcoming fight with Movsar Evloev and shared exactly how he plans to approach this massive matchup. The two undefeated fighters are set to face off at UFC London on March 21st, with both men looking to protect their perfect records and make a major statement in the division. For Lerone, the strategy is simple and direct. Walk forward, apply pressure, and try to knock his opponent out. In a recent video posted on his social media, Lerone revealed that his main goal is to put Movsar's lights out. He explained that he wants to stay aggressive from the opening bell and force the fight on his own terms. At the same time, he showed respect to his opponent, calling Movsar the toughest fighter he has faced so far in his career. He admitted that this is a dangerous matchup and that he knows exactly what is coming. According to Lerone, there is no secret that Movsar will rely heavily on his wrestling. He expects constant pressure, takedown attempts, and grinding control. Because of that, Lerone said he has been working hard on his defensive skills while also sharpening his offense. He believes he needs to be calm, disciplined, and vicious when the opportunities appear. Lerone also mentioned that he and Movsar sparred together in Thailand many years ago. Since then, both fighters have grown and improved significantly. He acknowledged that Movsar has become much better, but he also believes he has evolved just as much. In his mind, this fight is the perfect chance to prove who is truly the better fighter. Looking at the bigger picture, Lerone spoke about his ambitions in the division. He said that being ranked number 3 in the world feels good and looks impressive on paper, but rankings do not mean everything. For him, the real goal is to become number 1 and win the championship. That is what motivates him every day in training. He also reflected on watching the recent title fight against Diego Lopez, saying it played out exactly how he expected. Lerone believes that if he had been in that position, the fight would have looked very different. He feels he brings unique problems and challenges that others do not. Finally, Lerone promised fans that he will continue sharing updates from his training camp leading up to the fight. He encouraged everyone to stay tuned, stay locked in, and follow the journey as he prepares for the biggest test of his career. Moving on to another news. Vinicius Oliveira is gearing up to face Mario Bautista this weekend at UFC Vegas 113 and shared his thoughts on Umar Nurmagomedov's recent performance. At Media Day, Vinicius admitted that he was not impressed with Umar's unanimous decision win over Davison Figueiredo. He called the fight boring, saying Umar did everything he usually does. While Vinicius acknowledged that Umar is strong on the ground and a good grappler, he criticized his striking and overall style, describing it as unexciting. Vinicius also addressed his previous callouts of Umar and Sean O'Malley, noting that neither fighter really acknowledged him. He reiterated that his ultimate goal is to fight for the title by the end of the year, but he doesn't see a matchup with Umar happening anytime soon. According to Vinicius, Umar is avoiding him and running away like a demon. He added that while a fight against Sean O'Malley might be possible in the future, a clash with Umar seems unlikely for now. Vinicius remains focused on his path to the championship. Moving on to another news, Mario Bautista reacted to Vinicius Oliveira's massive 30-pound weight cut just a week out from their fight. Vinicius posted a video on the scale on Saturday showing he was 30 pounds over, and when asked about it, he admitted it had been a hard cut but said they were fine. Mario commented that he likes to stay disciplined and on top of his weight, so he doesn't face issues during fight week. He added that he hopes Vinicius makes weight, but if not, at least he'll walk away with a little extra money. Moving on to another news, Justin Gaethje has reacted to Ilia's comeback, and things are starting to heat up around a potential blockbuster fight. After UFC 324, there was a lot of uncertainty about when Ilia would return to action. Many fans weren't sure if he was ready to jump back into the spotlight, especially with everything going on outside the cage. But now, it looks like he is locked in, focused, and ready to compete again, and this matchup might actually become a reality. Recently, we covered the major update that Ilia's legal case involving his ex-wife, Georgina Uzcategui, was dismissed after both sides reached an agreement. That cleared a major obstacle and opened the door for his comeback. Shortly after that, journalist Alvaro Colmenero reported that he was told a fight between Ilia and Justin has about a 90% chance of happening on the rumored White House card. That immediately caught the attention of fans and media alike. Then, Justin appeared on the Pat McAfee show and shared his thoughts on the situation. According to him, a fight with Ilia would most likely headline the UFC White House card. He said he doesn't really see any other matchup that could top it in terms of excitement and importance. In his view, that fight makes the most sense as the main event and would bring massive attention to the sport. Justin also floated an interesting scenario. He mentioned that if Ilia isn't ready in time for the White House card, then there's a chance he could end up fighting Conor instead, simply because of Conor's popularity and drawing power. In that case, the fight would almost certainly be the main event. Still, Justin made it clear that his main focus right now is Ilia. On the show, he imagined walking out of the Oval Office into the cage, wearing the flag, and turning it into pure entertainment. He admitted he was guessing and throwing ideas against the wall, but he truly believes this matchup belongs at the top of the card. He even suggested that, at the very least, it would be a guaranteed co-main event because of his reputation for never having a boring fight. Later, Justin appeared in another interview with Paramount. This time, he sounded even more confident. He said everyone should be ready for June. When asked about Ilia's return, Justin replied that Ilia better be ready because that's who he's supposed to fight on the White House card. He made it clear that this is the fight he wants, the fight he worked for, and the fight he believes fans deserve. He finished by saying that it's time to make Ilia versus Gaethje happen, with all eyes on June and the White House stage. Moving on to another news, Justin Gaethje has opened up about retirement and his future in the sport. In a recent interview with Zach Elb, Justin spoke honestly about where he stands in his career. He said he is now 37 years old and understands that this is no longer the beginning, but closer to the end. According to him, it would be foolish to think he still has unlimited time left. Justin explained that he is fully prepared to walk away by mid-2027. He added that by that point, he expects to be completely done with fighting and enjoying everything he has earned.